get away from it in time. Now combat. All you have to do is just attack an enemy, and you won't actually initiate a fight unless you want to. Of course, the enemy can actually attack you out on the field, but some won't. Now, basically, this works on a kind of auto attack system. If you need the enemy, you attack, and everybody else on your team will also be attacking, but they have control over that. Over how they attack, if they use any arts or other stuff like that. And as you can see, you might be able to see that little red circle around rain. That is basically who the enemy is targeting. You can activate that, or you can have the enemy targeting you if you deal the most damage or stuff like that. Generally, Rain will be targeted because he's dealing a stack of damage with his auto attacks. And of course, once you beat an enemy, you get a treasure chest which you have to open by yourself. And of course, you can also have multiple enemies trying to kill you at once. Sometimes just pop up if some of their friends are being attacked, or sometimes they won't even bother. That's a good time to talk about art attacks. Some attacks only work if you're at a certain point, like if you're close to them, if you're away from them. Some of them heal, some of them damage enemies, some of them can lower stats if you hit the enemy at a certain point. And if you have the Nardo, you can also choose an attack. Now each art has its own little bar. You can use it, then have to have a certain amount of time for it to pop back up again, to be able to use it again, basically. And of course, you can also inflict damage condition. Some of them you have to be specific about, like some you can only activate at a certain point. Some of them you can only activate if the enemy is, or he's already under a different status condition. And yeah, so for example, if you want to inflict topple on an enemy, you have to have them broken already. Other than that, you also have buffs and debuffs. Buffs basically mean that your enemy, that your partner or enemy is a sort of higher power than you, or has a different, or has been improved by with the status or something, like its attack's been raised or something like that. And yeah, pretty much that's about it in terms of that. Something else which I can't talk about though. Now your health will actually regenerate as time goes on, which is of course very nice. Now there's another type of enemy which I guess I should mention. These are the unique enemies. If you see an enemy which has those special rings around them in the name, they're gonna be extra tough. They're unique enemies, and if you beat them, chances are you're gonna get something really good, some good XP, or you're gonna die. Really, it's up to you which way it goes. If you play well, if the enemy isn't too high powered, you might live. Other than that, we're gonna have some really powerful attacks. So I'll see you if I actually live through this. So exploration in this game is pretty good. Basically, you have this arrow showing you where to go, and the lower the number you get, the closer you're getting. And this won't always tell you where to go. You might have to take a different path, or certain places won't lead to there, even if you're really close to it. And you might have to take some detours or stuff like that. Of course, it's always good to explore the area which you're in to, find certain enemies, find items, find quests. Yeah, of course there are side quests in this game. Check side quests just here. You'll get a stack of them. yeah, some of them I haven't finished, some of them have other things to do, some of them are new. But there are plenty of them. There are monster hunting quests, there are quests you have to talk to certain people, have to find things for them. Of course, basic stuff. If you've ever played an RPG similar to this, you'll know what I'm talking about, basically. Yeah, but you'll get a stack of them, and of course the reward is stuff like experience points. Of course, they're experience points. You'll level up, you get more powers, stuff like that. Cash certain items which you might need for other quests, and stuff like that. Other ways you can get XP if you find certain landmarks or locations. Landmarks or locations just pop up, and if you ever die, you'll appear at the newest landmark, like I did in that wolf fight. And of course, they reuse certain enemies, like there are these frog-type creatures, which they just make more powerful. They're these bunny creatures are the most commonly reused ones. They just carry different items and get more HP. And of course, the unique monsters. I wouldn't recommend fighting them even if you had a similar level to them. Don't fight them. Only if you're like 5 or 10 levels stronger than them. Then maybe it's worth fighting them. Once again, I can see that thing's going to be pretty powerful. Level 16, we're level 16, and it's big. I think that's a unique enemy though. That some enemies appear in areas when you aren't going to be ready to fight them. I can remember finding a creature level 78, and I was only at level 15. I was in this area too. Yeah, but all the time you'll be getting a stack of HP just from finding new landmarks, and you'll be leveling up a lot of times just because you went to a place that you were asked to go. So yeah, that's a pretty good deal. So visually,